Hi, in this video tutorial I'm going to introduce you to Audacity. I have Audacity lodged down here in my dock. Here it is. It's worth noting that also down here in my dock I have a few other audio editing applications. There's GarageBand and Logic Pro and on the Apple Soundtrack Pro. There are others. Pro Tools and Adobe have their own version of Audacity called Audition. So why are we using Audacity? Mainly because it's free and it can be used on any platform. So whether you're using Windows, Mac OS X or Linux, Audacity will run on it. Audacity is also constantly updated. So it's a real good little audio editing application to use. Okay, cool. So we have the Audacity window open. Let's get some sounds into the Audacity environment. Let's go up to our File menu. Let's open a sound in Audacity. Now I've got a little folder on the desktop called Sound Files. Let's go ahead and open up this little WAV loop. Brilliant. We've got a little sound file. Let's just play it. This button up here is of course our play button. Cool. We've got a little meter here, a stop button, a pause button, and this is skip to the start of the track and skip to the end of the track. Now Audacity is particularly cool because we can record straight into Audacity using something like an external mic. If we can plug that into our computer's sound card or audio in jack, we can record straight in to Audacity. And we can set up how that happens with a monitor the input, so we can listen to the input as we're recording into it. Cool. This is the iBar. Now you'll have noticed that there's a wee part of the start of this sound loop which has nothing going on. Let's listen to that. So there's silence there. Let's get rid of that. Stop it there. We can select it. We can select any part of a track. So if you select that part of silence there at the start, we can go ahead and cut that out and everything shimmies up. Similarly, at the end, we use our iBar, which is really just a selection tool. Select that part at the end and cut that out. Brilliant. Let's set our iBar back here and have a wee listen. Fantastic. So that's cool. Let's go ahead and import another sound. We have only one sound here, one layer in Audacity. These are called tracks. Let's import another track into our composition. So if we go up to the project pull down, we can import audio. Let's go ahead and hit that. And I'm gonna select the burning fire.wav and open that up. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and play. Use your iBar to get to the start of the track, or you could click to the start of the track using our rewind button here. Well, I think that sounds a little bit too loud for this. So let's go ahead and adjust the volume. We can use our envelope tool to pull down the volume of that, but first let's get a little bit closer to it. Let's use our our magnifying glass or our zoom tool and zoom in on this clip. Brilliant. Now let's use our envelope tool, and we can click anywhere on that clip and it will pull down the volume. Wherever we clip or click that, it creates a little keyframe, so we can go ahead and click at the end and you'll see that it fades out from this frame, from this keyframe that we just set, and we could go ahead and pull that down like that. Let's go ahead and listen to how that sounds now. That's a wee bit better. I still think it's a wee bit loud in the middle, so let's go ahead and pull that down. And we could fine tune this area at the start because it's not quite fading in from 0. So let's pull that down, fine tune it a wee bit. Click rewind, press play. It's sounding a lot cooler already. It comes in quite abruptly though. We could shimmy it along a little bit, we could move it along, use the move tool, just pick that up and move it along in the track a bit. Now we're zoomed in to the project or to this sound clip. Let's zoom out a little. We've got our navigation or our zoom tools up here. We can zoom out. You can see the whole project. Or zoom in. Use our scroll bar to see our clips. Let's come back to the iBar a wee bit. We can select that track if we want to, and using our copy and paste tools we can duplicate that track as many times as we want. So edit, copy, or Control C in your keyboard if you have a Windows machine, Apple C or Command C if you have an Apple machine. I'm going to go ahead and hit Command C. Now we have to select a position to paste that into. So using the iBar, we can select a place that we want that to paste into. If we want to get a bit closer to that, so that we can make our position a little bit more precise, push back our iBar to where we want to paste it in, and either edit paste or Control V on a Windows machine or Apple V on a Mac. We could edit it, paste it in again, so long as we set the position of that, edit paste, and then it goes. Let's zoom out so the entire project fits in our window using this zoom tool here. And play the project from the start. Excellent. Okay, that's sounding cool. That sounds pretty good just now. However, we might have an issue with sound quality when we go to export this. And this is because our sample rates for the two tracks are different from one another. It's really important that we create consistency with these sample rates, otherwise when we come to export it, some of the tracks might sound a little bit slow and they'll definitely not sound as good as each other. So let's go ahead and change that. Let's set the rate. Now most CDs will run at 44.1 kilohertz. Let's go ahead and set that as the same as each other. So now we have a sample rate of just over 4400 hertz. Now when we go to play that, you may not notice the difference just now. We've got some other controls here. We could mute some tracks if we just want to hear one track in particular, and mute that. We can hear our fire track, I think it is. Let's go ahead and import another layer to our composition. So back up to project, let's import some audio, and let's choose this eagle bird noise, and you'll see that Audacity slots it into another track down here. Sample rate for that's already at 44.1 kilohertz, so that's all good. If we wanted to listen to just this track and not the rest of the composition, you can hit solo, make sure we're rewound, and hit play, and it plays only that track. Unclick solo, and of course we get the rest of the composition in. Fantastic, sounding really good. Let's just shimmy this across a wee bit. I'm going to zoom in on that because I think there might be a little bit too loud. So if we use our envelope tool once again, we can sort of adjust the volume and make each of these individual sounds slightly different from one another. There we are. Fantastic. Okay, let's have a wee listen to that. Really nice, really nice. If you have a look, we can see that all of the potential keyframes you can edit are visible when we've got our envelope tool clicked. If we click back in any other tools, our I-bar say for instance, then our keyframes disappear. Let's just have a look at this pencil tool while we're here. If we get close enough to a track, I'm just clicking in the zoom button here, we can actually see individual samples represented by these little dots. We can edit them individually with our pencil tool. So say for instance we could draw in a sound wave. Now this would be particularly useful if, say for instance, you had a really nice recording but somewhere along the line you had a little pop on it, like that, a little glitch. Then you could use your pencil tool, come down to that glitch and flatten it out. Zoom back out to see the entire project, and there we are. So from here on in, it's really a case of building up your composition, moving your samples around and arranging them, copying and pasting your samples, duplicating them, and really having fun. Thanks very much.